What is different between 500 calories of French fries, because that's probably what it is, right? If it's fried as well, and the oil and everything that you add to it, versus what would you compare that to in our head? What are the mistakes people are making when they're just calorie counting? When they're only looking at quantity, what are they comparing to be equal almost that isn't really equal from a micronutrient level?
Let me give you an extreme example first. Okay, the same food, corn on the cob, sweet corn. Now, if you had 100 calories of corn on the cob, and then you looked in the blue the next day, it's quite clear you haven't absorbed anywhere close to 100 calories of sweet corn. But when you take sweet corn, exactly the same corn, you desiccate it, you turn it into a masa, you make a corn tortilla, you make corn bread. Suddenly, a far greater percentage of the calories are made available to you, but you always started with 100 calories of sweet corn. Okay, so that is a two thing where processing gets you more calories. Think about a steak. Okay, where you have a steak, just a normal steak, 400 calories of a steak, say you cook medium rare. So it took 5 minutes, 8 minutes to cook. Imagine that same steak murdered. Okay, so you then mince it up, you put it into a ragu bolognese sauce, which you have to cook for 2 hours. Then you layer that into a lasagna, you cook it again for another 3 hours. Suddenly the same 400 calories has been cooked for 3 hours before you eat it. You're going to get more calories out of that. Not more than 400 calories. You just have to work very hard to get the 400 calories compared to getting something which has been cooked for 3 to 4 hours. So it's not, when you take the same food and think about how you prepare the food, then the different calorie counts then begin to matter. The moment you then cross-compare food, if you're trying to compare chips to a steak, that is very, very difficult to do, because now you're talking about there's iron in steak. There's obviously a lot of protein in steak. There is some fat in steak as well. All these things that happen. Whereas if you're now looking at French fries, there's a lot of fat. Obviously, there's a lot of carbohydrates. There's nothing wrong with carbohydrates. We need carbohydrates. But comparing 400 to 500 calories of each of them, very, very, very different.